Hey guys, Woods Farm here, just at Frontenac Park. Gonna go out for a quick 2-day solo hike. It's kind of a last minute spur of the moment thing, but the weather's really good, so we're gonna go out and do a couple of the trails out here in the park. So I'm taking the trail on the south side of Cedar Lake, and for quite a while this trail follows the lake. And it's heading up towards campsites number 4 and 5. Deer flies are pretty bad. Aside from that, it's not too hot out. Just on a section of trail that kind of pulls away from the lake, but it cuts back to the lake, and apparently there's a lookout. Kind of a neat ridge line right here. This is Little Rock Lake. Whole series of beaver swamps here. They're shown on the map. They kind of drain out of Little Rock Lake. So lake's back in view now, and I should be coming up on campsite number 4 soon. Nice big beaver dam. We're going to campsite 1 tonight, and then tomorrow possibly campsite 13. Okay, here's where we turn off the trail, head down towards campsite 1 on the Cedar Lake loop. It's always fun crossing these beaver dams. So I'm at the Mink Lake Lookout. It took me about 2 hours to get here from the Big Salmon Lake parking lot. And I'm a little more than halfway to Site 1. So at least I had 6 hours at the park office. I didn't think it would take that long, but it's probably going to be more like 4, maybe less. You can just see the lake over there through the trees. Very small lake. Just going to find some shade and have some lunch, and then I'm going to continue down the trail heading towards Buck Lake and Site 1. after I get a water resupply. That was the perfect spot back there in that creek. That's a little nest in a fish's garden. You can see how it's all burrowed out. For sure they lay their eggs down in the bottom and then they protect it. Just seen a whitetail fawn head up that valley right there. Still had spots, but it was a good size. Pretty good sized beaver lodge. I also noticed this. Nice little lookout. Really pretty beaver dam. Bet you it's 6 or 7 feet tall. And then the water drains down into this little meadow here. So I'm at the North Slide Junction, which is part of the Slide Lake Loop. Pretty nice bridge. Nice little cliff here. Just coming up on Buck Lake. Now this is on the border of the park, and there's motorboats in this lake. So I believe there's probably cottages on one side. You can hear a boat. Slide Lake. That point, according to the map, there is a mine on that point. Further back there was a waterfall. I didn't see any signage, but I'm pretty confident now that that's the area where the mine is. Pretty close to Site 1. Nice little kind of maple grove here. Okay, we made it. Big dock spider. Just making dinner, mashed potatoes and sausage, and I'm trying to make some gravy, but it's not looking too good. But the potatoes and sausage are edible. Just after 9 o'clock. Got about an hour's worth of wood. Probably go to bed around 10:30. Mosquitoes are starting to buzz around a little bit, but they're not too bad. Okay, so the plan for today is I'm at Site 1 and I want to finish the Slide Lake loop. So I'm going to head down the trail. Going to check out these mines. Up and down. Eventually making it over to Doe Lake. I've camped there before in the winter. We're going to pass that campsite, continue up here, and all the way back up that way. And this is where we cut off to make the loop. I'm just leaving Site 1 on Buck Lake. It was okay. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're doing the Slide Lake loop or you have to go to that site. Just because Buck Lake has lots of public access and boats, and there's cottages on the other side. So I could even hear cars in the distance. So, I mean, the site itself was nice, but I wouldn't go back. So I've got a lot of kilometers to cover today to finish off the loop. Like I said earlier, I'm just gonna check out one of the mines. Hopefully I can find this one. And then we're gonna swing past Doe Lake. So I just checked the map, and this looks like the area where the mine was supposed to be. It's kind of dug out down there. I noticed this pile of rocks here when I walked down past it, and it just doesn't look natural. It looks like it's been piled there. There's a big, huge depression right here. It's all built up, mounded up around it. So this has got to be the mine. I'm not going to climb down in there. So this is a section of the park that actually has the Rideau Trail cut through it. The deer flies this morning are relentless. It's brutal. So according to this, it's another 4 kilometers to campsite 2, and I've made 2.8 kilometers from campsite 1, and it's been exactly an hour. This is Devil's Gorge. Just past Devil's Gorge, you come up onto this high ridge and it's like a big meadow. And as soon as I get out into the open, the deer flies are just all over me. It's pretty brutal. It's like a completely different environment up here. Had to put on the fly mask. Coming up on a meadow here, and the deer flies are just crazy, especially when you're out in the open and in the sun. So I decided to break out the mask and get a little bit of relief. Just coming up to Flagpole Rock. It's one massive beaver swamp. Just made it up to Flagpole Hill. Never seen one of these snakes before. It's bright green. It's like a tree snake of some sort. Just coming up on Doe Lake. Just had lunch at Doe Lake, and now I'm heading up the Cedar Lake trail. And this is going to take me back up on the other side of the Slide Lake Loop. So judging by the amount of extra signage here, this is a confusing junction for people. Dedication trail. Not on the map. I definitely want to take Big Salmon Lake and finish off the Slide Lake loop. So I guess I'm going that way. Just seen a nice doe on that point there. She ran this way, right across up one of those rocks on the other side of the bridge. I think this is Cedar Lake. I don't know, for about the last 10 minutes I could feel a breeze right in my face. It's nice. I'm thinking that might be a sign we're close to the lake. Okay, almost there. Be about an hour and I'll be out. If I was going to go to campsite 13, I'd go back up towards site 4 and 5 and beyond. That's just backtracking at this point. So I'm going to head out today. And just for references, it took me exactly 2 hours to come in from Doe Lake. So that's a lot faster than I expected. I thought it was going to take more like 3 hours. Okay guys, just coming up on the parking lot at the end of Big Salmon Lake. Done the hike for today. A little hot, that's for sure. I definitely recommend doing the Slide Lake loop in 2 parts because it is a long hike. I think the map says 21 kilometers. Plus there's a few extra kilometers tagged on to that when you have to get out to the loop. Might be nicer to do it in the fall when it's a little bit cooler. And also the worst part about it for me was the deer flies were just unbearable at times. So you know, if you came back and did this in September, it'd be a lot nicer. But if you have any questions about the hike, just leave it in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe if you want to see more hiking videos from the Woods Farm. Anyways, thanks for watching. Done.